Hey, how's it going, everybody? Tactard Ted. It is the 31st of December. Happy New Year's to you folks. So what do I have on my mind tonight? Well, it's real simple this early morning. We're living in a day and an age where with social media, entities like Facebook and Google and YouTube would be running cover for the Holocaust. And I know you say, well, that's pretty extreme, Dave. Why do you say that? Well, I'll give you a lot of examples. With the war in Ukraine, there have been a lot of discussion about the human rights abuses of the Ukrainian government against civilians. There have been a lot of discussion about Nazis in Ukraine. And always there becomes this narrative that there are no human rights abuses and there are no neo-Nazis and there are no, how would you put this, persecution of religion. And that's happy and dandy, except there is video evidence. Plenty of video evidence. The problem is when you upload the video evidence to one of the social media platforms, it is taken down and the person who put it up is banned. Draws a ban, can't get on for how many ever days, whatever. And I can give you examples of this. One of the favorite domestic terror or abuse things that the Ukrainians like to do is if you happen to speak out against the government, or you do something that they consider to be not in line with the government, they take you in public, drop your pants, and they stretch wrap you to a pole or a tree, and then they beat your bare ass with whatever they have able, and they leave you tied up like that. A lot of times they will paint your hair either yellow or blue. And if you upload any of this, the first problem is they strip your lower half. I actually found video that had everything pixelated, so there were no naughty bits. And it was taken down for the fact that it supposedly showed people in a compromised situation. Now, our media is not reporting this. They're denying that any of this is going on. Yet we have video that it's happening. And we try to post video so the world knows what's going on. And it gets smacked down by social media. Now we know, because of the documents that are being released by Elon Musk, that the government is knee-deep in censoring what goes on social media. So when they don't want to show the military and the police authorities in Ukraine violating human rights, making spectacle of their people, punishing them without trial, we can't show that to you because you might start to wonder where your tax money is going. We don't show Ukrainian Nazis of Azov Battalion being Nazis. We don't show them riding around with the Balkan crosses on their vehicles. We don't show them throwing the stiff arm salute to each other. We don't show them with their tattoos glorifying the Third Reich. Because if you do happen to show video of Nazis being Nazis, then Facebook or YouTube will accuse you of being pro-Nazi or glorifying the Nazi cause, when they know your intent absolutely is not to do that. It's actually the intent is to do something totally different. But they can't allow you to get the truth out. The same is going on with the current, how would you say it, discrimination against the Orthodox Church in Ukraine. And it's the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, not the Russian Orthodox Church. It is the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. And they are invading churches, they're beating up priests, and they're closing and keeping parishioners from coming in. They're keeping the congregations from forming. When this happened in Germany in the 30s, we were told it was a bad thing. And none of the news got out about the Holocaust. None of the news got out, and there were no video. There were only stories. There were dark stories with no evidence. And so I believe the entire world was pretty well shocked in 45 and in 44 when documentation started showing up of what the Germans had been doing to people in the concentration camps. The sad thing is we see the same sort of things, the same sort of crimes, the same sort of attitude being demonstrated in Ukraine. There is proof. The media hides the proof. Social media won't let you post the proof. They don't want anybody to question. They don't want you to know the truth. They want you to get all their information from them, and the information has to be approved. I want you to think about that. This is 1984 shit. Big Brother. Big Brother is media. Big Brother is big tech. It's all intertwined with the government. The government has their fingers in it bigger than shit. You aren't allowed to see the truth, because if you see the truth, you may question why we're dumping $100 million of our dollars into Ukraine. Because I will tell you, even the Mozart Group guys had said that the things that the Ukrainian government are pulling are things that would have got us removed from countries in Latin America and taken out of theater, and all military assistance, all financial assistance would stop. You don't believe me? You need to look at what went on in El Salvador with the death squads. The fact that the U.S. Army School of the Americas back in the 80s, there was a huge scandal there. They were investigated. Because, at least in the 1980s, we would totally remove ourselves from anybody who were abusing the civilian population of their countries, anybody who were using terroristic activities against their own people. We used to be that way. We used to be to where we would not put up with certain things from our allies or people we were sending money to. Once again, look at what happened with the School of the Americas. Look what happened with the right-wing death squads, or supposed right-wing death squads that existed